Ready to go!
Hey guys, hope you are well. It's been a bit since I put out some content. Just been busy. Been real busy, and I'm really sore at the moment. In general, really sore. My last table time with Lachlan was one of those moments. You have these moments occasionally where you realize that you realize you're beat down. You realize you're not at peak performance, and you realize you're not strong. You're not as strong as you should be. And I feel like that the last training session with Lachlan just highlighted for me a few things about my own condition right now. Niggles, injuries, pain. Not injuries. Wrong word. Niggles, yes. Soreness and tenderness, yes. And I think I've seen a few people comment, seen a few people making comments that there might be a bit of overtraining going on or whatnot, and for the first time in essentially a long time, I agree. I agree that there's a bit of overtraining that's happened in the last let's just call it the last season. So interesting. I don't know what I'm going to do. Interesting for me moving forward from here. I think I'm going to choose to enter a training phase of deliberate rehabilitation and less heavy effort. For me, what that will probably look like is going to be I'll keep the same amount of table time that I'm doing. I'll still go the 3 days a week, but I'm gonna change a couple of my routines. Rather than the session where I'm just holding forever and letting everyone swing around on my arm, need to go back to some more Devin Larratt style hand-based arm wrestling. Keep my shoulder, keep my elbow out of it for a bit, just use hand. And I'm gonna do a whole lot more light to medium reps when I'm actually in the gym myself, and steer clear of the crazy big efforts. Right now, I don't know whether it was the table curls or what, but I'm sore in my elbow, like properly sore. My elbow in the deep connections when I was arm wrestling with Lachlan the other night, it was really evident to me that I couldn't impart my usual amount of side pressure. As soon as I went to impart my side pressure, the pain signals were telling me, hey, too much. And it was kind of like the kill switch to my connection and my offensive drive. It's always a case of reassessing, searching, feeling, trial and error. We only get one go at this. We can't retrospectively go back and say, actually, I'm going to train wrist flexion instead of pronation for a season and see how that goes. So we're always guessing. And right now, my guess is I actually just need to tone it down for a bit. Just need to tone it down. My shoulder is a problem right now. You guys know that I almost had shoulder surgery about 6 months ago. Came very close to considering it. And a surgeon said to me that I could do surgery and it would fix some problems, but it's not needed. I had a lot of inflammation in my bicep tendon in particular, and there's a problem for me, an ongoing problem, where my bicep tendon flicks in and out of the groove of the shoulder, and when I'm arm wrestling in defensive hook, it often pops out. You don't really. It's hard to see it. It does hurt. It doesn't hurt a crazy amount, but it does hurt, and it causes for me more pain when I release the pressure from the match. When I actually ease up, that's when it gets kind of annoying. But that's kind of something I've been dealing with, and I just recognize now that, look, I haven't been consistent enough, nowhere near consistent enough when it comes to my ongoing rehabilitation of my shoulder. So there's going to be a lot of that focus external rotation, everything that Janis Amelins was recommending in his kind of ongoing rehabilitation sense would be something that I would need to really incorporate, and something that I will incorporate moving forward. So that's going to be a thing. But yeah, you guys were right. You guys were right. I need to rest. Sometimes rest is more valuable. I've known it, but I've let it kind of play on for a little longer than I probably should have. The lack of rest, and not just involving my arm, but my body, my mind. Been working really hard and not sleeping a lot, as you guys know. Haven't been sleeping a lot. It hasn't bothered me not sleeping. It's just been, I've really enjoyed the season of YouTube that I've been in. I really enjoyed creating a lot of content, and I don't regret any of that, but I need to kind of tone it back, get some proper sleep, and just get back to better energy, better general body energy, and better general body health. And I think that's going to see me return to a better level. Not that I think my level's bad right now. I think I'm at my best level ever. I do think that I can beat everyone in the country right now, with the exception of Lachlan. And I feel like I'd be right in the match with Ben. Everyone else in Australia I think I've got. That's just my opinion. I've proven it on a lot of fronts. There's only really Brett Coots that I haven't proven it with, but I've proven it on every other front. I think I'm at my best level, but I know I'm not at my best. My weight right now, 95 kilos, pretty much on the dot. Of an afternoon, I wake up a little bit under 95, but 95 kilos is pretty much where we're at, and I'd like to be 97, 98, but that'll come in time. So anyway, guys, I just thought I'd share with you guys the update on what's going on in terms of that. And like I want to say, you guys were right. I need to rest. I must admit, it was amusing seeing all the people commenting that I was drunk. I wasn't sure if people were trying to troll. I know there was those couple of videos in a row where I was up super late, and it did actually appear as though that I was drunk. But then it kept on going on in a whole bunch of videos. People were saying, Ryan, he's still drunk? And I'll admit, you guys make me start questioning my sanity. I'm like, I don't know, is there something going on that I'm not aware of? People saying that they can't put their finger on it. Because I was never drunk. I don't drink. And I'm not taking any random drugs or anything like that. So I was starting to wonder. I'm like, what's going on? What are people seeing that people think I'm drunk? But yeah, so sleep's an important thing. But for me, there's been a change in my general content. Rather than being the presenter version of me, which a lot of you are familiar with. A lot of you are familiar with me talking like I'm a presenter, i.e. talking like this. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the breakdown. In this episode, that kind of thing. That sound and that perception was something that I think a lot of people who watch my YouTube channel were used to. And so when I started doing breakdowns, talking like this, talking a lot slower, more contemplative, people think I'm drunk. Anyway, I'm not drunk. So, all's well. A few kind of cool things on the horizon. Mario Timbarkas and Marcus Satirai are going to face soon. Ethan Tunstall and Jordan Davis are going to face soon. Sam Burnett and Phil Rasmussen are going to face soon. And for me, personally, a few people have asked me, what's next for you, Ryan? Given that I can't get out of Australia, with the exception of New Zealand, there's not much I can do. But my next endeavour, I'm going to attempt to probably negotiate an opportunity to pull Matteo Arangi from New Zealand. He's the other guy in the Oceanic region when it comes to Lachlan, Ben, Formerly Ryan Scott, no longer now that I crossed him off the list, but Matteo Orangi is typically the other guy in the conversation for who is the man in the Southern Hemisphere, or Oceania at least. And so with the Australian-New Zealand bubble potentially remaining open from here forward, that's going to be a match that I'd like to get. So Matteo Orangi, there's nothing confirmed. That's just where my head's at. It's where my mind's at, that I'd like to see if I can either get over to New Zealand for that or bring Matteo Orangi to Brisbane for a match and just for some training. Love to get a week's worth of content and training with Matteo Orangi in the gym, on the table, everywhere, in a match. That'd be really cool. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna head back. You can see it's Saturday night here in Brisbane. It's a nice night, nice little walk, and yeah, I think things are gonna be looking up. Gonna give it some rest, some recovery, and I think in about 3 weeks' time to a month's time, I'm gonna be in the best shape I've ever been, and it's gonna come off the back of some solid rest. So yeah, guys, hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, talk to you guys again soon.
Yeah, that's a man!